So I'm trying to let other people know that we're live. Ooh. I'm coming, please. So just give me a moment. Alright, let me inform others that we are here, we're live. Alright, so that nobody will miss out on what we have for today. Alright, so that's nice. Okay. Alright, so good morning, everybody. Alright, so good morning, everybody. I'm coming, I'm hearing a background sound. What is that about? Alright, so good morning, everybody. Alright, I think that's better. Okay, let me try this. Does it work? Is it okay? Okay, alright. So good morning, everybody, or good afternoon. This is 12:04 GMT plus 1. Alright, so this is 12:04 West African time. If you can hear me, alright, if I'm audible enough, if I'm clear, alright, can you just let me know on the chat, or just comment and let me know that you can hear me? Alright, I want to be sure that everybody can hear me. Okay, and it's not giving that glitchy sound. I was hearing that before, but I want to be sure. So if you can hear me right now, alright, you can hear me, you can see my screen. It is I'm audible enough. Alright, please just let me know. Alright. Alright, so good afternoon, everybody. I'm speaking from Nigeria. So it's 5 minutes past 12 p.m. Alright, but at the same time I want to say good morning to every other participant or every other person on the call, and good evening depending on where you might be streaming from. Alright, so this is EasyFX Academy and it's Monday. Alright, it's the start of a new week, and we are here to look into the market and try and see, alright, what the market is likely to do, alright, this week. So our job this afternoon is to, alright, use previous price data, alright, to try to position ourselves anticipating what the market is likely to do. So that's what we call technical analysis. Alright, so I'm just doing this to give other people some minutes, all right, but I'm still straight up going to start with us. So we want to look right into the chart, all right, and I would love it if you have any commodity you want us to look at together, all right. Please do well to send it in the chat, all right. Obviously, I'm going to look at a lot of maybe few pairs, all right, because we're trying to see which pair we might be focused on for the week, all right. But I also understand that we have different people on the call, so you might have your personal preference, all right. So we might just be covering as many as possible, all right, so that you will have different pairs to look into. Probably when it gets to our our area of interest, you can then be able to capitalize on those pairs and then take your trades. So as usual, all right, I believe we'll be starting with the major currency pairs, all right, most especially EU and GU. And then I think a lot of people love to ask about gold, but it's likely we might stay out on gold, or we might just look at gold and see what's good likely to do. All right, so let's sit back and relax, and then we're going to start right away. So in front of me we have Euro USD charts. All right, so let us try and see what is EU looking like. So permit me, I want to start from the weekly time frame so that I will be able to see what is pushing price all the way up. All right, because it seems like I know a lot of people might have been anticipating a sell as at early last week for EU and GU as at Monday last week, but GU has been proven stubborn, all right, to sell because the anticipation was, oh, dollar was going to rise, but you know it's part of the game, is what happens in the market. So don't feel bad, all right, it's part of what happens in the market. But all the same, all right, we can see this is this FVG, all right, that EU is reacting off from. All right, so EU is reacting off this fair value gap, okay, and then we are trading upwards. All right, we've been trading upwards for a very long time. All right, for let me try and see how long I've been trading upwards. All right, for the past woo, that was 15 bars. All right, for over, well, what am I seeing? So this is, so for over 2 months, all right, for over 2 months, EU has been bullish, all right, for 2 months, or I've been getting bullish moves. So let us see, where is EU likely to get to? All right, so this will be on the weekly time frame. All right, so this will be on the weekly time frame. All right, we got the rejection of this point, we got that rejection off. All right, so and then on the weekly time frame, you can easily see that we have, and let me change the color of this. Does this work? Let me try this. No, let me try it. All right, so we have this FVG here. All right, this is the weekly though that is yet to be filled. Okay, we have this fair value that is yet to be filled on EU, and then above it we have this other block. So let's come down to daily, but basically on EU the expectation is for price to come and fill, all right, from the weekly time frame. All right, the expectation is that price should come and fill this block. We should get a move that pushes us up to this point, and then we can see maybe this. All right, but let's take it one step at a time. All right, so we can identify this FVG from the weekly time frame. Let's come down to the daily time frame. All right, and based on the daily time frame, we could see that our initial price distribution was this move here. All right, we had this move, price was clearly distributing to the upside. All right, and then here we had something that price wicked a little above, all right, this point here. All right, so taking out the buy side liquidity that's resting here. All right, as you can see that, and then price also broke below this point here, this low here. Okay, and then on EU we can see that we have this FVG, sorry, this other block that's resting above the fair value gap. Okay, we have this OB that's resting above the FVG. All right, which means that on EU, for the meantime, we are still going to see a bullish Euro USD. All right, so EU is expected to keep being bullish. All right, so this high, it's likely that this high gets taken out. All right, and then we can trade into this region. All right, EU can then trade into this region that we have here. All right, so let me try and see if probably on a lower time frame we can see maybe buy entries that we can follow. All right, so using what we have on 1 hour, all right, let me zoom in again for us to see. This was a break of structure here, another one here. Okay, and price is yet to break above that high. So based on the break of structure that we are seeing here, all right, this was supposed to be our zone for a buyback, or price hasn't come down to that point. All right, so this break of structure, price has not come to pick the other block. So pertaining this one, all right, I think price has used this OB here, all right, to give us a buy. All right, and then what we are seeing right now on EU is that our expectation, all right, is for EU to come and take this high here. All right, so there's a chance for EU to come and take this high here. So the other alternative that we might have on EU is if price does this, all right, and then begins to sell, we can do this. All right, which means that if price takes out this high, all right, and maybe form a relative equal high here and then begins to sell, we can then wait for the sell around this point here. All right, we can then wait for the buy rather around this point here, because this is now our targeted region. All right, for price to come into and take out this one here. So let me do, so this is now the targeted point for price to come. Okay, so let's do this. So this is our buyers on EU. All right, we don't know, just push out for any either a buy or a sell, but based on the weekly we can see that EU has a lot of grounds to cover, all right, to the upside. Okay, so on the 1 hour right now, all right, we can see a sort of accumulation that has also happened here. As you can see, we have a sort of accumulation here. Okay, so price can, if price breaks above this high, all right, or rather begins to sell to cause a manipulation, all right, if that happens, we can get the distribution of this OB here. All right, so remember, so either ways, all right, even if we just get a sell off right now, okay, I think we're still good to go. All right, but either ways we're still good to go. A break above this and then we come down into this point, so price is still likely going to use this as a form of inducement. All right, so price is still likely going to use this as a form of inducement. all right, and then tap into this block, and then we are good to go. All right, so if we are able to get this buy from here, all right, we might just look that price should not come back for this low. All right, so we'll be targeting this high here, so by 1:4. all right, so this is our lookout on EU. all right, on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so I think that works. All right, so on EU on the 1 hour time frame, this is what we are looking out for. All right, that price can come back here to give us a buy, because based off what we are seeing on weekly and daily, all right, we have a lot of grounds to cover here. All right, so you're trying to see if we can get a 1 hour entry to push price bullish. All right, so that is our expectation on EU. All right, if price decides to break out of this accumulation point that we're seeing here, all right, or this ranging, price ranging inside here, if we break, all right, as a manipulation into this point, then we can get that distribution that will take out this high. So these are targeted high, all right, for EU. So it means that we're looking at some bullish moves, all right, for EU. All right, so that's all about Euro USD. Let us move now to GU. So similarly, all right, let's start from the weekly time frame, all right, and see what GU is likely to pose for us. Okay, if we look at if we use the monthly view first, all right, you will just clearly see that this that we are seeing here, all right, is a retracement on the monthly time frame. All right, so we get it now. All right, so the whole move has been bearish, all right, which means that this, all right, is the impulse, and then all of these that we're getting is the internal structure inside that move. All right, so as you can see, this is the major move, and all these are the internal structures. So nothing you know, extra. All right, but we can see that this was, so EU got, or GU rather, all right, it tapped into this, the monthly supply. All right, let me use the fib to also check. We tapped into the monthly supply around the 78.6 region. All right, and then if we come down to the weekly time frame, so here you can see the zone EU is reacting off from. We're able to pick that from the monthly clearly. All right, and then based on what we're seeing here, okay, EU decided to take out this GU rather. How am I saying EU? All right, so GU has taken out this low. All right, so let's do this and this. So G has now taken out this low, all right, and then it's comfortably tapped into our other block, all right, and then we got it buy to the upside. Okay, now based on what we're seeing, all right, it means that GU is still on a very cool base. We're looking at this fair value gap for GU to come and fill this FVG first. All right, so this is our first target on GU, to come and fill that fair value gap, all right, based on the weekly time frame. So we have this as the point where we are waiting for GU, all right, inside that fair value gap. All right, so let's come down to the daily time frame and see. All right, so based on the movement of the daily time frame, all right, this was where this was a low GU broke, all right, and then it's used this other block to keep on going bearish, this one here. So we still have this FVG, all right, we still have the FVG here that EU is, or GU rather, sorry, that GU is still coming to fill. All right, so we still have an FVG that GU is still coming to fill, all right, to take out some sellers there. All right, So let us come down to the 4 hours and see. So based off the weekly time frame, we have come up with the sentiment that EU is looking bullish. All right, based on the weekly time frame, we still have grounds to cover the upside. All right, so let's try and see if we can see where to join. All right, so price now clearly broke above here and here also. All right, so these are the current structures that we are seeing. 4-hour structures. All right, these are 4-hour structures that we are seeing. A break above here, a break above here, and then here we are seeing price swept this low. All right, so price swept liquidity resting there, took out sell side liquidity from there. All right, and then let's come down to 1 hour and see. All right, so here it's clear enough, and we can also see similar thing here. All right, this one here, so this is what we're going to use. All right, so this was the sweep that happened around here, and then after price swept liquidity here, it now broke structure to the upside. So it means that we have this other block here that price has yet to react from. All right, so we have this other block that price has yet to pick. All right, so we have also broken structure here. All right, but we can see that in a way price has taken out that point. All right, so price has taken out liquidity and then it's pushing back up. All right, so it's likely that price might not pull downward to this point. All right, but let's see what is likely to happen. But for the case of this, all right, it's quite tricky. Okay, so even though here is my first lookout, all right, if I see price take out this high, all right, so let me use this instead. So if price takes out this high first, all right, I can now be holding on to this zone. All right, but if price does not do that, we might see price sell into that point. So which means that until I see this, that's when this becomes valid. All right, but if we just begin to get a sell right now, it means that price is also going to take out this low again. All right, and then tap into this other block here. All right, so that's what we're looking out for. So if you understood everything I've said, please let me know on the chat. All right, so on the chat, please just let me know that you understood everything I've said. All right, both on EU and GU. All right, so please let me know that. All right, before we continue. All right, so please let me know that, please. All right, send in a message, let me know that you understood everything I've said. All right, so let's do that quickly, please. All right, beautiful. So this is our extreme entry. All right, this is on a probability that price breaks above this high first. All right, here you can see that price has broken above a trend line, then break structure, then a retest. All right, that's the idea. All right, trend line has been broken. I expect structure to also be broken before I trade from here. But if price does not do this, all right, then we might then look at price coming to break, all right, take out this low and then back up. All right, so that is the expectation. All right, so either of those either trade at peak first. All right, I think we are good to go. All right, as regards GU. So I think that's all for GU. All right, so moving on. All right, so moving on. Like I said, if you have any pair you want us to look at, all right, you can just send in a message, all right, and telling me, oh, I would love you to check out this pair, all right, and then I'm going to do justice to that. So I'm just going to give out other currency pairs that we might likely see some movement. All right, so I'm going to deal Euro card and G card. I'm going to treat some JPY pairs and some CHF pairs, and then we can call it a day. So this is Euro card, and if you've been on the market for quite some time, you'll notice that Euro card has been extensively bullish, so for a long time now. So let's try and see where we can join. All right, so based on what we're having here, all right, so this is a 4 hours time frame break above. All right, another break above, and then we're having a minor break here where we're going to see that clearly on the 1 hour time frame. But based off the break here, all right, this is our order block. All right, the initial move that we're getting here is from the fair value gap. All right, price fill the fair value gap, and then we have an extreme OB here. All right, we have an extreme OB here. So let's come down to 2 hours. All right, so this is a 2 hours time frame. All right, so what's our peak on this? So what I'm looking out for is simple. All right, here you can also see a wick that entered into this block here. So let's just do 1 hour straight up. All right, okay, 2 hours is preferable. So this is my expectation. All right, that this price is going to, so this will now be an inducement, or price just going to clear that point. All right, price going to clear this low. All right, because here, as you can see here, we got a sweep here, then a break. All right, we got a sweep there, a break there. All right, we also broke this minor one here, which is giving us a double break of structure there. So got a sweep here, a break, a break. So this one that tapped into the OB, price is likely to clear it off. All right, and then we can then, and then we can see a buy from that point. All right, so we can then see something like this. At least first target should be that block. All right, even if we might want to still target this high. All right, but this will be our first target because of this block here. So that should be around the 1:3.4. Okay, so this is our lookout on Euro card. All right, a sell into this point, and then we can see a buy. So our major focus is the buy, all right, not the sell necessarily. So we're looking at the buy. All right, so this is what you're seeing on Euro card. Okay, you might want to have it marked out. Okay, and then maybe when price comes, you might want to be looking for your lower time frame entry or whatever. But and that, in as much as it meets your entry criteria, I think we're good to go. All right, so this is what we're seeing on Euro card. All right, sell into this point, and then we can get a buy back up. But remember, price has to take out this low here, maybe a week or whatever, and then push back up. So that's that about Euro card. All right, next we're going to look at GBP card. So after card pairs, we look at some JPY pairs, and then from JPY pairs, we look at some CHF, and then we can wrap up for today. All right, so starting from, I think similar with GBP card. All right, bullish all the way. All right, so let's start from 4 hours. All right, so I think we're seeing a relative same structure on GBP card too. So break there, and then we have this one here. Okay, so Let's just come down to the 2 hours and see. Alright, so here we broke structure. Alright, we left this base here, price picked that base. Okay, and then we're seeing price already picked this, but there was not enough momentum to push this to go and break. Alright, so it means that price is likely going to come back to the other block here. Alright, before we get the push back up. Alright, so let me see on 1 hour. What was it looking like? Okay, boom. So on 1 hour, this is our entry. Alright, on 1 hour time frame. Alright, so break of structure here. Price came back, but there was not enough volume to push price back up. Alright, so it's most likely price going to come into this one, and then we're going to see a good reaction of this point. Alright, because this is the most extreme demand zone that we have here. That's the other block there. Alright, so we're going to see we're going to look for our buys around this point here. So something like this and this. So this is also a 1:4.6 thereabout. So on GBP card, this is what we're looking out for: a sell into this zone, and then we can get our buy back up. Alright, they sell into this zone, and then we want to get a buy back up, because the overall trend for G card is bullish. Alright, so we don't want to necessarily trade against the trend, so we don't want to wait for price to come into our zone, and then we are good to go. So for some security reasons, alright, we can do it like this. Alright, so 1:3.6, I think that's still fair. Alright, so price, if we see the selling to this point, then we can look out for our buys. Alright, so that's that about G card, and then let's quickly look at some JPY pairs. Alright, so let's look at Euro JPY and see. I want to believe that that's clear. I want to believe everybody understood that. Okay, so if Adventure want me to come back to any of those pairs, alright, please let me know. Alright, please let me know if you want me to come back. Alright, and if you also have any pair you want me to analyze, or maybe you've analyzed it before, you just want to hear what do I think, or you can also send them in. Alright, hold on guys, let me I've been speaking for a very long time, so I wanted to drink water. Alright, so EJ, let's start from the daily. Okay, this is EJ from the daily time frame. Alright, and my own overall target has not been met on EJ, which is this week. Alright, I've been expecting price to come and take out this week here. Price hasn't done that yet. Alright, well, now on the same, we're still on track. Alright, price broke this structure here. Alright, price also broke this one here. Alright, believing that price using this to take out some people from the market. Alright, and then what do we have here? Here we can see price reacted off this other block here, and then we now have this other block here, okay, on the daily time frame. Alright, so I'm marking this because this is my own personal overall like long-term target though, and price came very close to it but I didn't tap it. Well, you know, but I'm already out of that one though. So let's come to 4 hours and see. Alright, so clear breakout structure there. Alright, and then we have a tiny gap here. Alright, so inside this zone, it's possible we get this swept. Alright, it's possible to get that swept. Alright, so My expectation will be for price to still push a little higher. All right, push, try, you know. I'm gonna say GA, please try, guy, let's go there. So this will now be our 4-hour zone. All right, that will prefer to take our sell on EJ. All right, and I'm pretty sure that if you can take the sell on a much lower time frame, you have you know, a tighter stop loss and then a better risk to reward. All right, a tighter stop loss and then a better risk to reward. So here also, so yeah, we're supposed to get the sell from EJ. Alright, we're supposed to get the sell. Alright, so I think nothing much. Alright, just, you know, price to push into this zone here and then we can get the sell and we can ride at least to this point. Alright, we have this fair value gap for, so there are a lot of grounds below for price to fill. Alright, so we can push. Alright, the expectation is for EJ to still push a bit higher. Alright, take out, you know, some sell side, some buy side rather there. Alright, and then we can move. But basic term, this is an inducement rather, not the buy side. This is an inducement. Alright, so price will take out this inducement. Alright, and then tap into, alright, coupled with that we have a gap here. Alright, a very tiny gap that price did not fill, alright, completely. Alright, so liquidity that is resting here as inducement. Alright, because here you saw the move. Alright, so a lot of people will also be willing to take a sell from here. As you can even see, people already taking sells from here. Alright, so people are already taking sells from here. Alright, the first time, the second time. So I'm expecting that price is going to, you know, take out some people's stop losses. Alright, and then we can come into this zone. Then we can get a better sell opportunity there. Alright, so that's my expectation on EJ. Alright, take out the inducement. Alright, tap into this zone coupled with this gap that price is here to fill, and then we can dump. Alright, so that is my bias on EJ. So let us look at NZJPY. Alright, so NZJPY. So I think I was on this sell, did a 1:2 and decided not to go again. Okay, so daily time frame as usual. Alright, and what can we see? Woo, price has not yet hunted this one too. So now we're going to go for you guy. So break of structure here. Alright, break of structure there. Okay, so clearly this is what we can see. Clearly, this is a clear move we can see. So let's come to 4 hours and see. So after the break of structure, what can we see? We have the break of structure here. We have this tiny short that's also broken, but price has already filled this gap. So this is the only one that we have a fair value gap resting here. So I think price is going to come for you. So price is going to come for this guy, alright, before we get the sell. So we might see this and then boom. Alright, we have a fair value gap yet to be filled, alright, at there. And then if we use this from that swing, alright, so close inside the 8% region. That is where we're looking at taking inside the 8%. Okay, the other block is inside the 8%. So this is the 88. And then the fair value gap is just below that point. Alright, the fair value gap is just below. Alright, so I think we are good. Alright, we're good. So around 78.6, I think we can just get the sell from there on EJ. So what are we expecting? Similar thing. Buy into, alright, fill up this FVG. Alright, and then we can start looking for this sell. Alright, because the major expectation is for price to go and fill up the imbalance. All right, so it can fill up the imbalance and begin to sell. All right, at the same time it can give us the clear reaction from the other block, but I have that feel that we might pick the other block before we get a sell. All right, so Monday, Tuesday, all right, maybe it's still tomorrow that we might even see price pushing to this point. All right, so if it peaks, all right, maybe at the end of maybe towards the closing of tomorrow, or from London from tomorrow or Wednesday, I believe I'm going to ride this till the end of the week. All right, so today, tomorrow might just be price pushing to target that, to completely fill up that zone, and then Wednesday we're already getting a clear sell direction on NJ. All right, so fingers crossed, we'll likely get a sell on NZ the JPY. All right, so this is our trade, guys. Well, all others are also amazing. All right, but this just is looking, oh, that's good, that's good, that's good. So NJ we've treated, we've treated EJ. All right, we have a sell buyers on that. Euro card and G card, we have a buy buyers. All right, expecting card to be a bit weaker. All right, EU GU, we have currently priced to keep pushing bullish. All right, so we got some buy possible entries on GU. All right, so like I said, we're now going to look at CHF pairs. All right, so let's look at let's try and the CHF. Let's see. Okay, let's start again. So this NG, this has not yet been taken. I don't know. I want, my look is that this should be taken. So I think we saw the same thing on GG and EJ. Alright, that will be taken. Alright, but it's not what I feel. Alright, is what I have to conclude based on what the market gives us. So we have the break of structure here. This is daily time frame on NZ the JPY. Break here. Another break here, more like a double break. Alright, so what can we see? Alright, we have, so this is our fair value gap here. Alright, up to this point here. Alright, so that's what we have as a gap for price to come and fill. Okay, so based on daily time frame, we're good. Let's come down. Alright, let's see 4 hours. Alright, so this is 4 hours time frame. So we have this gap here. Alright, so let's just do it like this. Beautiful. So we have this gap here for price to hunt down. Alright, so I believe that price is going to fill this up first. Alright, before we start looking for any tangible sell. Alright, so we should see this happens first. This move alone rather is a lot. This is gonna be a lot. So just hold on, I think I'm looking for it to my screen is not clear. I am just getting that complaint. So this is about 35 pips to fill up the imbalance. The screen is not clear. Okay, let's see. Maybe I should increase this, and then let's do this. So we have a full wide screen for everybody. All right, so I think this is manageable for the meantime. All right, pending when I find a concrete. When I see that I know what's wrong. All right, but let's work with this. Let's work with this. Let's see. So I have to just work on the settings to change the resolution from the for my streaming app. But I'm going to do that. All right, so that won't take too much time, and then begin to look for some technical things to work on. All right, so apologies. All right, let's just try and manage for the meantime. All right, obviously, definitely we're going to have another stream by tomorrow. All right, so either tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to have another stream. All right, and then that will just be to see, okay, which trade is available for us to pick. All right, so this is just market review. So tomorrow we can come up with some trade ideas, all right, that we can just capitalize on for Tuesday. All right, if we don't come on tomorrow, Wednesday, but we're most likely to come on, all right, at least 2-3 times this week. All right, so you're gonna see us. We're gonna have lives at least 3 times a week, all right, starting from today. All right, so expect to have 2 more live calls, all right, on the channel. All right, so just we got you. All right, we got you. So NZCHF, or we're looking at NZCHF covering more grounds, right, to come and fill up this imbalance, and then we can start looking out for our sell. All right, so I might not give us a clear coordinate for a sell yet, because I'm seeing multiple entry points and I don't want to just give out any. I would love to pick the best. You know that, right? So we're gonna wait, all right, but the bias is still the same. A buy, fill up the FVG, all right, and then we can look for a sell. All right, so don't worry, before the sell plays out, you'll hear from me. So yeah, this might be it. All right, this fair value gap might be it. So it's going to fill up this one, take out this high, and then this fair value gap might be it. All right, but all the same, I don't want us to have a very wide stop loss. All right, because that will mean that we have this high as our as where our SL will be, and obviously we can target this low. All right, we can still target this one, so we can just target this low. All right, so this movement should give us if we get a sell from here, about 135 pips. All right, so we have 35 pips for price to still cover up. About 35 pips to fill this FVG. Alright, but all the same, it's still about 48 pips to get into our entry. Alright, and then we're targeting 135 pips. So let me just have this saved here. Alright, and then our SL is let me see that. Alright, so let's say 30, this is 35.3. Let's say 36. It's 35.7. So let's say we're risking 36 pips for 135. Alright, so I think that is doable. So even though we have our SL around here, I think we can still work with that. So we're risking 36 pips. Alright, so this is our risk, 36 pips, and then our TP, alright, is 135 pips. Alright, so I think that works. Alright, that's about 1:4:5. Alright, so I think that works. Alright, we can still work with that. Okay, so that's that for NZCHF. Alright, I think we can try that. We can look into that, and then everywhere goes still. Alright, so we have requests for GJ and UJ. Alright, not a problem. So I think that settles NZCHF. So let's try GJ. Alright, so let me even do this. Alright, so we're just going to treat GJ, EJ, and then I think we can call it a day. Alright, we can call it a day. Alright, so GBPJPY, what are you doing? Talk to me. Alright, so this is GJ. Alright, from the daily time frame, and then break. Alright, so beautiful. We got the breakout structure here. This also got taken out. All right, price, did it come to it didn't come to our order block. All right, but I'm sure that this week here we'll get a candle inside that week. All right, but that's not our issue right now. All right, so breakout structure here. All right, and then what is likely going to happen on GJ? My expectation is for GJ to sell. All right, but I think one must go. This guy must go. So let's come to file and see. So GJ is a bit rowdy, but we're gonna look for something. Alright, so this is the highest point, this is the swing low. Alright, price came in here, bought back, so the momentum coming from here was not strong enough to break below this point. So let us see. I'm seeing this, but let's see 3 hours if it's clearer. On 3 hours, a bit. 2 hours, let's see. Not very much clear. All right, so it means that for GJ I am personally not going to over stress myself on GJ. No, I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that because this is more like the most obvious zone on GJ for a sell. This one here. Alright, that's the most obvious zone for GJ for a sell. Alright, so I have NZD to watch, I have EJ to watch, but if you want to take a trade on GJ, alright, you might be looking at taking a sell from here. Alright, but let us see before price gets there, can it give us something? Which I doubt price want to come back here. Nah, I doubt price want to come back here. So let us just observe GJ. Price can do this. Price can do this. Price can do this. Alright, so we can possibly get a buy from here on GJ. That can take us up. Alright, so I think this can be it. This can be it. This can be. Alright, so fair value gap has been filled. Alright, trying to take out that high, leaving this here. So yeah, so fingers crossed. All right, price coming here. I'm going to look for a 3 minutes entry. All right, on GJ. Okay, price comes down into this point, then I'm going to look for entry on 3 minutes or 5 minutes for GJ to push it to take a buy though. All right, so this is what you might want to be watching out for GJ. Alright, so it's like we'll get us buy before we get a sell. Alright, so that's my lookout on GJ. So Mr. or Miss Kendi, I don't know if it's a man or a lady. Alright, so let me know if you understood that. Alright, this is what I'm seeing. This is what is clear on for me on GJ. Alright, if we sell into this point, I'm going to 3 minutes to look for a buy. It is straightforward for me. It's straightforward. So let me know if it makes sense to you too. Let me know. Or except you're not on the call, but probably if you're not, you might have to go back to the stream. Alright, so this is GJ. Alright, and then the last but not the least on our for the request is UJ. Alright, so similarly, let's start from our daily time frame. Okay, Ooh, what's going on, bro? Okay. All right, so USD JPY. Well, there are a whole lot of reasons why we're seeing some movement on some JPY pairs, either bullish or bearish. All right, but at the same time, there are some people that uses UJ for safety reasons. The same way people use gold as safe havens, people also use UJ or use that currency pair, all right, to secure their assets though. So based on what we can see on the weekly, or right, we've been quite bullish. Alright, and then right now, UJ is yet to gain that bullish momentum to push. Alright, but if we're looking at the daily time frame, we have this FVG here. Which price has yet to peak. Alright, so we have this FVG resting down there on UJ. Alright, so let's see. That's daily time frame. So 4 hours time frame. 4 hours. Break structure down. Another break of structure here. Then we have a minor break here. And then another minor break there. So here we have this. Based on this break of structure, we have this other block here. That price has peaked. Alright, give a short sell. Alright, price came back again. Okay, and then this is now serving as a resistance. But I think my if I want to take a sell on EJ, it might be from here. Alright, which based off market movement, I'm just having a doubt. Alright, if price is going to push all the way up there and then push all the way down. Alright, but anything can happen. It is what it is, guys. So my lookout on UJ is getting a sell from here, but let me see. I'm just being, I'm careful. I'm seeing reasons to be. All right, so reasons to be in that price can still keep selling. All right, because remember what we talked about. Our major look is for this bearish fair value gap to be filled. So it's likely that price what price might be hunting is that fair value gap. All right, so we might not come all the way up here, or we can just keep getting the sell up to this point here. So for UJ, let me see. You can see, so see price just boom boom boom. All right, so maybe I don't want to wait out. I think I just want to wait out on UJ. Okay, I don't want to wait out. So maybe tomorrow, next tomorrow, if UJ becomes clearer, all right, we can readdress UJ again. All right, so maybe tomorrow, maybe next. All right, if what UJ gives us is clear enough, all right, I think we can then look for opportunities. All right, but as of right now, I might just close my eyes. All right, cross my legs and take my eyes off UJ and look at every other currency pairs that we have talked about. All right, so I think we've been able to cover a lot. All right, GBP, USD, Euro, USD, we talked about that. CHF, we talked about NZD, CHF, we talked about Euro, JPY, we talked about GBP, JPY, we talked about NZD, JPY. All right, we talked about Euro card, GBP card. All right, and this is we talked about NZD, CHF, yeah, and then this is UJ, but we just want to close our eyes for UJ for the meantime, up until price gives us a clear cut direction. All right, we don't want to get our fingers burnt. All right, so we just prefer, even though the people, oh, the market is risky, but there are some type of risks that you don't take. All right, so for you, Jay, nothing clear yet. All right, but until we get something clear, all right, you can just do me a favor by liking this stream. All right, you can just press the like button, all right, to let me know that, woo, you did a good job. All right, so I think we're coming to the end of tonight's stream. All right, we have covered a lot of pairs. All right, you might want to go back in case you missed some of it and then see what our bias for the week is looking like. All right, and then come tomorrow next. All right, we are going to have another stream. All right, to let us know this is also what we're seeing. All right, so please, all right, like the stream. All right, you can leave a comment. All right, and if before our next stream you have a pair you want us to check, all right, you can either make a request right now, all right, or send on our Telegram community. All right, so I believe I've done a good job. All right, I believe so. So maybe you guys can tell me, did I do a good job? All right, was it a good job? All right, so I believe so. All right, so thank you so much everyone for your time. All right, it's a new week, guys, so there are a lot of opportunities that you're going to see. All right, but I would love it when you don't just take any trade and buy anywhere, sell anywhere. I just want to make money. All right, I would love that you take out time to make sure that the trade meets your criteria. All right, don't just, this is not the period you want to lose money, especially if you're in Nigeria. It's going to be painful. All right, so trade carefully. All right, and then once you get your setup, all right, you can just want to enter it. Use appropriate risk. All right, let your risk be appropriate. All right, risking appropriately. All right, don't just over risk, don't over leverage. All right, let your risk management be on top. All right, and then I'm sure that over time, at the long run, you are going to be a profitable trader. All right, so stick with us, guys. Like I promised, we're going to be coming your way again. All right, this week at least you're going to see us 3 times this week. So this is the first, so we have at least 2 more, or at least, so it might be maybe 4 times. All right, but I bet you're going to see us again tomorrow. All right, and then we're going to look at the chart and come up with trade ideas that we can work with for tomorrow. And then we're going to do that Wednesday, we're going to do that Thursday. All right, as time, as much as we have the time, all right, as much as we're looking at you guys being profitable, we are going to create out that time. All right, so thank you so much, guys. All right, please do not forget to leave a like, all right, on the stream. All right, and then till I come your way next week. All right, this is EasyFX Academy. God bless you, and do have a profitable new week. All right, God bless you. Bye bye.